Hello everyone, DJJ Plumbing, and in this video I am going to be showing you all guys my mini toilet collection through the years that I've 3D printed. Now, I've started 3D printing toilets about like 2 years ago, a couple years ago, like around like early spring 2024, and I don't know if I mentioned much about my mini toilet collection, but you seem to all love the videos of them flushing, so yeah, I'm gonna first tell you about why I wanted to print mini toilets, and then I'll start on the timeline. So, the reason why I wanted to make mini toilet funnels, is because, I used to like to play with funnels when I was little, like making them swirl like toilets and watch the water go down. So I was like, why not make siphonic mini toilet models that look realistic? They don't flush, but I'm probably gonna make flushable ones in the future, but they're starting to get more realistic, which is nice. So yeah, let's start. So, this is my first ever mini toilet that I have made on Tinkercad. It actually turned out to be really nice. This is not a siphonic toilet. This is a dollhouse toilet because I was still looking for 3D printing model 3D model software, sorry, like I was still looking for 3D modeling softwares. So I was I was like going through some softwares to like find like ones that I could make siphonic toilets on. Anyways, so this toilet, it messed up a bit here because I didn't had supports because this was my first ever model. And this is when I just got my 3D printer, but this turned out to look really nice. You can't make siphonic toilets on Tinkercad. You can only like pick objects through the list on the side, and you can only stretch them, make holes and stuff, and like design and connect them. That's like, so you can only yeah, like I said, you can only like stretch them, make holes, and connect them. So that's all you can do on Tinkercad. Now, this is my first ever 3D printed siphonic toilet I made on Blender. Now, Blender is an app you can make siphonic toilets on, but here's the thing, it's the most hardest 3D modeling software, so it will take time to know how to make these things on Blender, but my first attempt started really good, although this took a pretty long time to make, but it turned out to look pretty good, and this is a really nice design right here. The bowl is a bit shallow, and the water level like goes up here, but when you pour water super fast, it makes a nice loud gurgle. This is actually a copy because I broke my other one by dropping it, but I decided to like make like a wash out model of it, but like I just made this copy, but it was around the same time like when I made the first one, but I decided to call it a brand at this time, and I decided to call it Doll Bucket, DB for short. And on to the next one. Now, this is my first ever, I'm sorry, this is my second ever 3D printed, siphonic toilet, and this was also modeled on Blender. All of the rest of these are modeled on Blender. This attempt went okay, I guess. The water level's a bit low, and it was leaking, so I had to put epoxy glue on it, and the trapway's not fully out, like you can see a little bit there. It got better, though. I made it a little better. The trapway's more smooth, like this one, it's like a bit bumpy. This one's more smooth now. It's a bit smaller, but it's more smooth. Trapway's higher, and the water level's still low, but it's a tiny bit higher, and it doesn't leak anymore. I fixed that, and the trapway's all the way out. So yeah, this is just from me, like, cutting it too far because there was, like, little string things there. This other one, though, has, like, a better, like, design. Like, this has a, like, I cut it better this time. But yeah, you can see that these have, like, a bit, this one has a bit smaller of trapway than these two here. Like, I designed the trapway, a couple different things, but I discontinued it. And then I stopped printing for like a year, and then I started back a year later, and I called this one the DB Cube, and this turned out to be pretty nice. There was no support under here. I forgot to do that. Like, it's all stringed up. The first attempt on this didn't go well, but this one went okay. I forgot to put a support under here, but for somehow it worked, so that's interesting. And it flushes pretty nice. It has a cute, nice gurgle to it, and yeah, here is my, I believe this is my 4th ever 3D printed toilet model. I forgot what model I called this, but, it's not really good, unfortunately. The water level's too low. It drains super slow. The siphon is super weak. The trapway is very, like, tight. And, like, yeah, this was not really a good one. But it looks pretty nice on the outside. But, yeah, and there was actually, like, a pad here, but it just, like, snapped off. So, yeah, this was not a really good one. Now, this one you all saw before in my previous video. This is called the DB Orion. Unfortunately, it didn't hold to the pad good, so it snapped off and it doesn't work anymore, and this got discontinued. Fortunately, I figured all that out, and now I made the pads firm, so they work now. Now, this one was, so sorry about that, I forgot these two. So this one, is not fully printed, but I was starting to make a new model called the DB Flow. This has a small trapway, but it worked really good. I designed it a little different, but it didn't print fully again because, like, I don't know why, but I was out of filament. That's why, and I made the trapway a bit bigger, and yeah, now this is the fully printed one, and this turned out to be amazing on, like, and this is, like, my first ever more realistic one. This one is a bit interesting. It has a little scruffs here because, like, this is kind of flat, but, it has the, like, most realistic trapway. This is a washout one, so, yeah, now this one was a huge success, and this one is super cool. I call this the DB Double Trap. Like, this one I call the DB Flow. This one's called the DB Double Trap. And this is one of the older models, and for some reason the pad seems to be firm. I wouldn't pull too hard on it because it could snap off at any moment because I didn't know how to make them firm yet. But this one is super cool. It has double trap, and it's super cool looking. Like, it's super cool. Like, I really like it, and it's super cool. So, yeah. Now, yeah, you can see how it's flat again, like here. It didn't do too bad on the scruffs this time. Alright, now this is one of the first ever, like, non-flat trapways I made. Like, you can see how smooth this time, but the first attempt went bad, so this one definitely got discontinued. I decided to call this one the DB, the DB something. It kind of rhymes with the Kohler Bolton, but I forgot. But, like, I forgot what it was called, but, like, yeah. But this one didn't go well, so this was definitely discontinued, so, yeah. Now, this one I called the DB Padette, and, the first attempt did not go well, so, The second attempt was a bit better, but the trapway was still big, so it couldn't siphon still yet. And the pad broke off, unfortunately. And here is the third one, and it does siphon this one. This one was in my video, as you all saw. This one turned out, I thought, to be a success, kind of, but the pad snapped off because, like, I didn't know, like, what was going on yet, so, but I discovered that. Alright, so here's where the toilet's starting to get more realistic. This one, unfortunately, the pad broke off too, but this was the last one where the pad broke off, and the rest of them are good. So, this is called the DB, I forgot what this one was called. This was called, I forgot, the model. It was called the DB, I forgot, but this turned out to be a pretty good model at first. Actually, I thought this was going to turn out to be an amazing model, but, like, the pad snapped off again, but it does have a nice siphon. Unfortunately, it leaks through here a bit, but it still works, so, but it was discontinued. Alright, now here's the undiscontinued models, and here is the, models that work beautifully. So this one's called the DB Flowwise, and this was a humongous success. And this is a really nice toilet. I could fit one of those tubes, like those stretch tubes in there to make it siphonic. And this is just a really nice design. I really love it, and I don't think it's discontinued, so I can print this whenever I want. Now, this one was my first attempt on the DB Yorkbrook, I believe that's the model. The thickness was just way too skinny, so I made it thicker, and this is the true one. And this was a really big success, too. The rest were all big successes. This one has a nice loud gurgle. You have to, like, dump on the water pretty hard, though, to make it gurgle, because, like, the end of the trapway is a bit bigger than this. That's why, I think. It's kind of like a rear outlet toilet. And now here's the elongated version of the Yorkbrook. And, I believe that's called the Yorkbrook. I think it is, but this turned out to be, like, a bit better. It had a better siphon, and it has, like, a better, like you don't have to dump as hard to make it siphonic, to make it siphon. The trapway's the same thing, it's just elongated. It looks kind of, it looks kind of like a, I don't know, a cadet almost, or no, sorry, I think a Yorkville, I believe that's the model of the rear outlet cadets, I forgot. Alright, and now here is the best one. So, this one is called the DB Portage. I posted it on my post. So, this is my first attempt. So, the trapway's a little low on this, so it had a low trapway. So, I printed another one of this, and this turned out to be a very, very, very good success. A very great success. And this is, like, one of my favorite ones right now, and it's the most realistic out of all of these. And yes, this is made on Blender, and I am just so proud of myself for making this. And this is the DB Portage. The last one I showed you, that it was green, but I gave that one to a friend of mine from school. He likes toilets like me, and, yeah, so I gave him the green one, but I reprinted one in orange. My green filament was out, so I had to print this one in orange, but this is a really nice model, and I'm just so happy that I made this. It's really nice. And here's the most recent one. This is actually not a siphonic toilet model. It's actually a drinking cup, which I stamped a D on there, and I blocked the trapway hole. So this is like a drinking cup, and, like, you could, like, drink out of it and, like, get the last leftover from the trapway, because this is not all blocked off. The trapway's still, like, there's still the trapway, like, that goes all the way down here. But yeah, I tried my best to talk through my mini toilet collection, but this has been pretty long video, 15 minutes, but like but this is the timeline of my mini toilet collection. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.